Hi, this is Micornus, Phokane, the leader and the founder of Church Governance Solutions. We're wrapping up this topic of speaking about the ingredients of a healthy local church, how to make a local church healthy, and how to create or to build a healthy local church. What makes a local church? And that's what we're embarking on today. And I believe that you followed us in the past few lessons. This is part 5. Now we're wrapping up. And please join us today on this one. The local church leadership must be durable. This is something that I cannot emphasize enough. If we are to make a local church healthy, we need to make sure that our leadership of the church is durable. What do we mean by durable? The nature of the pastors or the leadership that we have appointed to become leaders of the church, they must be having staying power. They must remain there for long. There must not be church hoppers. There must be people that you can rely on. Secondly, when we talk about durability of the local church leaders, we speak about those that are sunk in the word of God, matured in the knowledge of God, and they are able also to be able to take care of the sheep, which is the congregation or members of the local church. We're talking about also those leaders that are able to withstand the challenges. They're durable in the sense that when the local church is having challenges, they are there and they are supportive and they are there to make sure that they support the visionary through and through, even in difficult times. This is very important because we have seen people that would actually support a visionary when everything is going well. When difficulties befall the local church, we have seen many standing against or even actually leaving the local church and launching the visionary to leave him or her alone. And that is not durability. So we need the local church leadership to be durable, which is very important. So the nature of the local church is to have pastors or leaders that are going to be there in difficult times. Pastors or leaders that are going to stay around for a very long time. And people that are durable for years. People that will be seen to be there at all times. And durability goes further. To speak also about ability to support by activities of the church. Now, I want to address this one more directly because I know that there are many of people that are competing for seats, competing for positions in local churches. They want to be called bishops. They want to be called elders. They want to be called church leaders and so on. But yet they are not part of the ongoing day-to-day work of the church. They are not looking after the running of the church. They are not making sure that things are there and they are supportive to the local pastor or to the visionary. Now, they are just occupying seats. They are just occupying positions, but yet they are not careful of taking care of the church itself. So you need actually leaders that will be there for over a long time. And also, secondly, people that will be able to participate and dirty their hands and make sure that the church stands and church becomes successful and healthy at all times, because it is through the leadership that you're going to start to see whether the local church becomes healthy or not. That's very, very important. Now, the nature of the local church requires that the head must be durable. If we look at the local church and we want it to be healthy and strong and so on, the leadership must be durable. They must not be fly-by-nights where they are there today, tomorrow they are not there. Because when the leadership is forever being changed because it's not durable enough, they are not there all the time, you're going to find members as well leaving anytime and coming in and going. And that will actually retard the progress of a local church. And that's very important that we emphasize that and say we need durable membership. We need also not only durable, but the leadership should be also dynamic as well. Dynamic is the way that they are able to flex to change and be able also to manage change in a proper manner. to make sure that they are able to be flexible in different ways of running the vision itself, and they are supportive at all times in every area of the local church. They must be dynamic with knowledge. They must be dynamic in how they are working in the ministry. And this is very important that we emphasize that. They must be also competent, because when the leadership is not competent, you're not going to have a local church that is healthy. You need competent leadership. They must be competent in leadership. And it must be people that, if they know they're not competent, they should rather also attend classes and lessons. They must do courses of leadership so that they can be able to lead the people. Now, remember that leadership in a local church must be professional as well. It must be that you lead them like you would lead them at a company. So whereby your leadership should be skilled. You must have competence with your leadership. And if you're not actually a good leader, you're going to find it difficult actually to make the local church to remain healthy. So this is very, very important that we speak about competence. And you must be also, as a leader, systematic in nature, whereby you are able to show systems. You are able to enhance the systems in the ministry and make the systems work. And that's very, very important. There's always going to be a constant change in a local church, and that makes a local church to be healthy. So constant change in a local church needs people that are flexible, needs people that are dynamic as well, including the members of a local church. Because if people are not flexible and dynamic, change will actually cause problems to their lives. So therefore, we are saying also that change will cause a problem in the ministry when people are not dynamic enough. So therefore, we are urging leadership to be dynamic, the members of the local church to be dynamic as well, and that the constant change that is coming, they're able to cope with that. Shopping and transfer of pastors, it is discouraged by church governance solutions. We discourage movement around of pastors, and we have seen in many traditional churches whereby they are moving one pastor from one place to another. That we discourage as church governance solutions, because there must be a certain way of permanency. Because remember that the members are actually led by this particular pastor with the structures. They get used to this particular pastor. And when they're used to this particular pastor, because of the sense of permanence as well, the pastor is able to build structures that will be sustainable and be able to manage those systems that will help them. Now, we have seen that when pastors are being rotated from one congregation to another, they don't actually put their all in it. And majority of them actually become half-hearted about, because they know they'll be leaving anyway. But when you know that you are going to stay as a pastor, it is very important that you're going to invest your all energy and power in the work that is at hand. And that we emphasize that as church governance solutions, let's avoid shopping and transferring of pastors. That doesn't help at all to make the local church to be sustainable. That doesn't help at all to the growth and health of the church itself. It is very important that we make sure that there's a sense of permanency from each pastor to another, and they will give it all to make sure that the church is healthy. Change and creativity helps the vitality of a local church. Change is very important. And I cannot speak enough about change as well, because many of us think that things should remain steady and remain the same. When you are in a local church and things remain the same, it could be that the local church is dead already. It could be that the leadership is dead as well if everything remains stagnant. Remember, in a local church, we are serving a very dynamic God, a God that doesn't become stagnant in how he does things. God is forever innovative and is forever giving us innovative minds as well. We are forever creative because of the creative mind of God in us. So therefore, the church cannot remain stagnant and the same. There must be that. It must be that there's creativity in the church. There must be some changes in the church. And therefore, the dynamism of the church will be seen when we allow creativity to happen in the local church. The local church must have life and be alive at all times. It must be relevant, and it must also impact the local people in the locality or in the community. So when we speak about the relevance, we're speaking about times, moving with times. And this is very important because remember that it is not the same like in the past 5 years today. It's not the same like in the past 10 years today. Things are changing dynamically outside. And also when you look at it, in the olden days, we used to do evangelism mainly only outside in the streets with crusades and so on, because there was no other major communication differences. But at the moment, you are having also internet where you could actually communicate to people like we do right now on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube. We always also would look at different platforms as well, like online preachings like Zoom. You may do it on Teams as well. And all these platforms were not there in the past. But now they are there. And as they are there right now, we urge you as Church Governance Solutions that you get to move with times. You get to become creative. You get to become relevant in the days that we're living in. This is very important, that the church aligns itself with change and be able to become relevant and be impactful to the locality. The church must therefore embrace change at all times, must embrace creativity, not monotony of doing things the same way. Stop being ritualistic as a local church. Stop being just religious, but make sure that you are actually moving with times. The ritualistic way of doing things is retarding the church. And majority of the churches have been retarded because they've been ritualistic, they've been very religious and stagnant and stay on certain way of doing things, and while there are different methods of doing the work of God. So we want to urge you as Church Governance Solutions that move to IT, move to platforms like Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, and all Twitter and X platforms and so on. All these platforms are available for you. WhatsApp platforms. So let's use these platforms and make sure that we are dynamic. And when we are moving on being dynamic as a local church, it is actually exciting for the young ones as well, exciting for the people that are coming, very, very important. So each locality has its own peculiarities. Remember, local churches must adopt their styles based on the localities that they are in. Meetings and outreaches to meet those realities as well, because there are those places where you cannot do open air, for instance. There are those places where you cannot put a tent for a crusade, for instance. So align yourself based on the localities where you are. Very, very important that we look at that as a local church. A local church must not adopt the culture of locality, but it must use the Bible actually to affect the culture of the locality, to transform the culture and to transform the evil culture sometimes that might be there in the communities through relevant and proven Bible principles. Very, very important that we do so. I'm going to end up here today, your host, Micornus, the leader and the founder of Church Governance Solutions. We are going to check out, but before we check out, we remind you of our Facebook page, Young Men Empowerment Forum, and a Facebook page, Church Governance Solutions, Facebook page, Micornus. Those pages are there for you. We are posting material of this kind that will be very helpful to you. Like those pages, follow us on those pages, and make sure that you also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Young Men Empowerment Forum. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Micornus as well, and the good Lord will bless you as you do that. Don't forget our TikTok account as well, which is trending in a big way, and I believe that you've already found us there on TikTok under Micornus. May the good Lord bless you. Allow me to check out right here and say cheers for now.